Last few seats filling in. The top 3 rows up in the upper deck to our left. The last remnants of the students section. They are now filing in, so it's going to be a great crowd, and we're so tickled to have you with us here today. Ulysses Bentley is going to be the deep man for the Ole Miss Rebels. He is standing on the second A in Alabama. On the paint that's in that end zone to our right. Here's Will Reichard to kick it away, and we are underway here in Tuscaloosa. And Ulysses says, I'll let that one go by, and he does. So Bentley lets it go through the end zone, and the Ole Miss Rebels will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
And here you are on the defensive side. You got to stay base and keep everything in front of you to see all the tricks and all the different formations that Ole Miss is going to throw at you. You know you like to go fast. You got to be prepared. Get lined up and communicate.
The running back is Quinshon Judkins. So apparently he is healthy and ready to go. 2 men go wide to the far side of the field and tight. They'll come to the right side of the formation. Here now a man in motion. That's Wade from the near side, and Bama going laterally, led by Terrion Arnold, staying with him to make the play. And a nice stop by the Tide defensively. A 1-yard gain. Now a 2nd down and 9. Rebels off the far hash mark, going right to left. Again, a man in motion to the near side. Dart with a play action throw. They lost the tight end, Prescorn, and they'll play it across the middle and carry the ball down to the 48-yard line. Caden Prescorn with the first down of the day for the Ole Miss Rebels. Now after that 12-yard pickup, here's Dart again on the give to the tailback. That was Judkins, and he'll find an opening and he'll run. And as you can tell, the pace is fairly frenetic here.
Wasting no time getting up to the line of scrimmage, preventing you from rotating in. They want to keep you on your heels.
After that stop by Trez Marshall, it's an empty backfield now. Dart gets the snap, steps right back, looks right, everybody covered, left, everybody covered. He'll roll right and throw it away onto the sidelines. Bama's defense is pursuing well.
Tim Keenan doing a good job of applying pressure, as well as Otis, but also keeping containment, staying and having the integrity of your rush lanes and not allowing Jackson Dart outside the pocket.
Jackson Dart, 6'2", 220 pounds. He's from Kaysville, Utah, the quarterback is. Now Judkins in motion to the right of the quarterback. He'll get the handoff, comes near sideline. Bama spreads the field and takes him down. Great job by the Crimson Tide again. Kool-Aid McKinstry, after Malachi Moore put up the stoppage and held everybody in check, Kool-Aid came up to make the tackle.
They rotated Judkins out to try to indicate man coverage. They got the look that they wanted. They tried to get the ball in the perimeter, but as you mentioned, Malachi Moore coming up from that star position, forcing the ball outside, and Kool-Aid McKinstry right where he needed to be to take him down.
So now Kool-Aid is going to be back deep to field the punt. And it's boomed away by Frazier Mazin. And Alabama will start 1st and 10 after a 50-yard punt. Getting set to go. 1st and 10 Alabama from their own 10-yard line. Milroe in the pistol formation, hands off to Jace McClellan. He'll fight his way forward and get out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So a nice little pickup right there for Jace as Alabama keeps the ball on the ground, which I will expect that they will do a good bit today.
I definitely think that this is an advantage that the Alabama offensive unit has over Ole Miss, is controlling the line of scrimmage. Going to have a lot of 2 tight end formations, possibly even 3 for Alabama.
Motion, Robbie Oots goes to the far side of the formation. Delay give, left side over tackle. Very little gain, maybe a half yard. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Kyrie Coleman, the middle linebacker, made the tackle for the Ole Miss Rebels. It'll be a 3rd down and a couple for the Tide. 12 minutes to go, opening quarter. We're just getting going. No score, Alabama and Ole Miss. Here now, coming to the near side, is Isaiah Bond. He's in motion. He will join Burton wide to the right side. 2 wideouts to the left. Waiting, getting the snap. Milroe looks left, takes off running. He's got a first down. He's got himself more than that across the 35-yard line. That'll be a 20-yard run for Milroe.
And Alabama will go hurry up back to the offensive line to try to keep Ole Miss on their heels. But this is what Jalen Milroe has to do all day long. 1, 2, 3, run the football. You were a threat. You can really hurt this defensive unit with your legs.
The first rushing touchdown of the day brought to you by Duncan, as Alabama now looks, gets the handoff. And Jace McClellan will pick that up. That rushing TD, excuse me, a rushing first down, I correct myself. Brought to you by Duncan.
4 guys in the boundary for Alabama. This is a difficult look for Ole Miss.
Man in motion. C.J. Dupree goes left, big hole, and taking advantage of that is Milroe. He just took off and followed everybody to the left side. Gets across midfield and all the way down to the 40. An 18-yard gainer, and that's the Milroe we have come to want to see and did see at a good bit during the preseason.
And it's all set up by the formation. You have the ball in the right hash. You put 3 receivers into the boundary, and that forces Ole Miss to rotate their defense, which opens up the entire left side of the offense.
Roydell Williams now in running back, left side of the quarterback. Oots, the tight end, comes in motion to the left slot. Here's Milroe, looks to throw near side, does. Complete. Burton. Jermaine tries to break a tackle, gets close to the 30. Zamari Walton, the cornerback, came up to make the stop after a gain of 8.5 on the play. It'll be second down and a couple for the Crimson Tide. Now in a tight formation. Here's the give. Roydell Williams. He'll dance his way through traffic. Cuts left, and at the near hash mark, he'll be picking up another first down for Alabama. The Crimson Tide with another bank first down.
Really nice run. We had a little leakage in between Seth McLaughlin and Darian Dalcourt, but only one guy was able to penetrate. Roydell Williams easily sidestepped him to pick up positive yardage and the first down.
Dupree and Nyblack are the 2 tight ends. Here comes Nyblack in motion to the near side of the formation. Milroe gets the snap, looks left, throws across the middle. It is caught at the 20-yard line for a pickup of 7. He never looked up the middle. He looked left all the way and then let her go.
Yeah, zone coverage, so easy there just to understand exactly what the defense is doing. Your tight end, C.J. Dupree, sits down in a hole. Another nice gainer. And I really like the intensity Tyler Booker is showing so far, doing a good job cleaning the pile up. He is not letting go, setting the tone here early.
Bond and Law will go wide to the far side. Tight ends looking around. Dupree comes in motion to the right side of the formation. There's a unclean give to Jace McClellan. Straight handoff, and it just wasn't consummated well.
I believe that was Jared Ivey, defensive lineman on the roster for Ole Miss, that came through the line of scrimmage completely untouched.
Yeah.
He's actually a stand-up linebacker.
A senior from Sewanee, Georgia, from Georgia Tech. Now a snap, rolling right, Milroe pumps, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. It'll be the first sack of the day for the Ole Miss Rebels. He was looking, Milroe was. He pumped a couple of times. Nothing he could do with it. And here's Will Reichert coming in.
So we talk about playing within yourself, playing within the scope of the offense, but also understanding down and distance. That goes in the bad category right there for Jalen Milroe. You got to throw that football away. Made it a much more difficult field goal try for Reichert.
This is going to be a 48-yarder off the near hash mark. The wind is not a factor. The orange tassels are just hanging limply from the uprights. The snap, the kick. It's on the way. It is good. 48 yards for Reichert, and Alabama takes the early lead in the ball game by a score of 3-0. Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're with us. We'll see Ulysses Bentley deep in the end zone to our right to field the kickoff. And as was the case in the first kickoff, this too is a touchback.
And going back to Alabama's impressive first drive, Christian, just talk about the stress it puts on a defense when you do something odd like putting 3 trips into the boundary.
Yeah, so Tyler, we call that FIB, formation in the boundary. And so they came out with a lot of unorthodox formations, a lot of pre-snap movement, wide trade, jet motion, running back exits. But the good news is the defense handled it appropriately. It is tough, you're right, pre-snap to see all that movement, but it looks like they're prepared for this, and they did a really nice job that first series.
Alabama's defense digs in again. Quinshon Judkins is the running back. Play action. Dart throws, finds a man open, middle of the field. That's Wade. He comes down the left sideline and gets drilled as he goes out of bounds. But at the 35-yard line, it'll be about a 40-yard pickup for Ole Miss on that play to Wade. Now quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Slapping his hands. Play action fake. The screen near side, and Bama reads that one. Dayton Wade was taken off the scene by Malachi Moore, who had that one diagnosed perfectly.
Boy, jammed him at the line of scrimmage and just not giving up any ground. He's able to fight through a blocker and create a loss for Ole Miss.
Justin Eboigbe leaves. Bama substitutes. Man in motion goes to the far side. Faking the toss and throwing it left side. Caught up high by Zachary Franklin. And he will pull it down at the 22-yard line. A 12-yard pickup on the play. Franklin wasn't even on the depth chart to begin this season, and now he is playing as the handoff inside goes nowhere, but bouncing off the crowd and carrying it is Judkins down the right sideline inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, not unsure how he was able to get out of all of that cluster and keep his balance. Malachi Moore was able to attempt for the open field tackle, came down a little awkward and slow getting up.
Now Judkin again gets the handoff. No, the quarterback elects to keep it, pulls it out of his midsection, and Darts will get a yard on the play. Chris Braswell kept up the football very well that time, and now it's going to be a second down, and Darts lost his helmet. He took a shot.
Yes. He took a shot as he was spinning around, and his headgear came flying off of his head, so he'll have to exit.
So Spencer Sanders comes in as the next quarterback for the Ole Miss Rebels. He wears number 3 on his back. He stands into the empty backfield. Sanders twitches, and here comes an offside call. Caden Prescorn, the tight end. Well, trust me, that was the call, but we just didn't hear it from referee Scott Walker. He never did turn his microphone on, and he's checking that right now. But yeah, you could tell they were kind of off balance there, and Prescorn turned it upfield. Now Darts, after sitting out that one play, has returned at quarterback.
I don't think he can come back in.
That's right. There was no play. There was no play. They're going to have to bring Sanders back in off the bench, or whomever they want. And it will be Sanders, but yeah, there was no play. So Dart now has to leave again, and Spencer Sanders.
Game clock operator, please place 4 minutes and 35 seconds on the game clock. 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
It now says 4:16. They change it to 4:35. Ulysses Bentley is the running back. to the right side of Spencer Sanders in at quarterback for Ole Miss. Man in motion from the near side to the far. Here's a toss to a man in motion. And laterally goes Dayton Wade, but so too does Terry and Arnold go laterally, and he makes the nice play, shoving things out of bounds at about the 11-yard line.
Boy, Terry could not have played that any better. He had a blocker on him, and he forced the ball carrier to the perimeter, but maintained that outside leverage, so he was able to disengage from the blocker and make the tackle.
Dart is back in at quarterback on a 3rd and 10. Empty backfield. 3 left, 2 right. Dart calls his own number and walks right up the middle, as though, no pun intended, the Red Sea had parted. And he goes right up the middle between the gut of the Bama defense and calls it for his own touchdown. 10 yards.
Boy, he worked so hard to force that 3rd down conversion, and then just to give up the middle of the field like that. Kind of experienced the same thing last week versus South Florida on several occasions.
Now the extra point from Caden Davis. It is up, and it is good. And Ole Miss has taken a 7-3 lead over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Kendrick Law and Ja'Cory Brooks are deep on the kickoff, but neither man has to work as the football sails into and out of the end zone, or actually goes about 9 yards deep into the end zone to give the Tide the football. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Just joining us, 3:55 remaining in the opening quarter. 7-3 Ole Miss on a 10-yard Jackson Dart run up the middle after Will Reichard hit a 48-yard field goal for Alabama. Jace McClellan is the single setback. Oots, the tight end, goes wide to the left side. Here's the snap. Standing in, looking. Milroe has running room, gets tripped up as he crosses the 25 and stumbles forward to the 28. Ladarius Tennyson, the outside linebacker, made that nice tackle for the Ole Miss Rebels. They bring in Isheem Young now, working in the secondary. Cedric Johnson comes in at outside linebacker. Bama works again. In motion, Isaiah Bond going left. They fake it to him, then toss it lightly to the near side, breaking a couple of tackles, and the Crimson Tide's Jace McClellan, circling out of the backfield, will pick up yardage on the near side. They'll spot the football. Let's see. They said he stepped out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So Bama 1 of 2 in 3rd down conversions. This is going to be a 3rd and 7. Here's Milroe. They pick up traffic off the edge, but the pass is off the mark to Isaiah Bond and darn near intercepted by the Rebels, who are upset that they did not pick it off. And it's going to be a quick series for the Crimson Tide.
Well, and this is not entirely Jalen Milroe's fault there. He had Bond trying to find the soft part of that zone, and Trey Washington, the defender for Ole Miss, was outside of Bond. That's why the ball was thrown inside. The receiver and the quarterback just not on the same page.
Jordan Watkins is now deep for the Rebels, standing at his own 25. James Burnip, who is averaging 48.2 yards per punt this season, will be booting it left to right, but the clock has winded down.
Kicking team, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
A delay of game call on the Crimson Tide. It wound down to zeros.
That's an unforced error there.
Yep. Coach Saban picking up the pace of this pacing on the sidelines. And now Burnip booms it away. You can hear the toe to leather and all the way back to the 20-yard line. So I'll tell you, with Reichard and Burnip,
Timeout.
that has been a huge part of the Crimson Tide this season.
Yeah, the 5-yard penalty doesn't ultimately kill us. Burnip has had an outstanding year. Every time we need a big punt, he puts his leg into it.
Jamarian Latham, Tim Keenan III, and Jaheim Otis. Now the Alabama defensive fronts. Jamarian Latham from Reform, Alabama, over in Pickens County. They break the huddle, the Rebels do, scattering everybody out of the backfield. Now a man in motion, and he gets the handoff as he goes by. There's a flag on the play with Dayton Wade. However, an illegal motion will likely negate this play. Wade came across to get the handoff with a little toss. And again, the referee microphone here not working, but it is an illegal motion call.
Yeah, two guys moving at the snap of the ball. The receiver, the running back that went out, never got set. So, fortunately for all, you talk about unorthodox looks. They had guys all over the place.
They did. Now Ulysses Bentley in the tailback spot. He'll shift to the left of the quarterback. Two other men come in motion to the left. Now here's one more going as the throw across the middle is over everybody's head. Incomplete, looking for Jordan Watkins. He had pretty decent coverage on him from Jalen Key and Kool-Aid McKinstry, but the pass was off the mark.
Boy, Lane Kiffin putting a lot of stress on this secondary. Ulysses Bentley free release from this tailback position and was also open on the seam.
Now a 2nd down and 10. Man in motion from the far side. Play action fake. Rolling back to his 4-yard line. Dart looks, throws. He finds a man. It's complete to Ulysses Bentley out of the backfield. He'll pick up 7 yards on the play, give or take from where he threw the ball. He'll probably only pick up 6 on the chains, but I'll tell you something, Jackson Dart was under pressure.
Yeah, flipped things though and made this a very manageable 3rd down opportunity for Ole Miss.
Bentley is to the right of his quarterback. He stays in, picks up the pressure. Then Dart drops back and throws on the right sideline, and that's incomplete. Tim Keenan was pressuring the quarterback, and the big man from Birmingham's Ramsey High School put the pressure on.
Only a 3-man route for Ole Miss on the 3rd down opportunity. The secondary for Alabama did an outstanding job of blanketing all the receivers. Absolutely nowhere to go. And then the front, able to force Dart out to the side. He just has to throw it away.
So Kool-Aid McKinstry is now back deep with 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. 7-3 lead for Ole Miss. Fraser Mazin will punt this one away. It takes a hop sideways and will go out in the vicinity of the 30-yard line. We'll wait and see exactly where they mark the football, but the Crimson Tide will be going to work 1st and 10 right here with 1:15 remaining in the opening quarter of play.
All right, good field position here for the offense. Defense did their job forcing the punt. Now you have to reestablish that line of scrimmage and stay ahead of the chains.
Single setback Roydell Williams in the pistol formation, lined up behind the quarterback Milroe. In motion from the far side to the near is Kobe Prentice, and here's the give to the tailback, and Williams goes across the 25 to the 26, maybe the 27. Kyrie Coleman, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle with a minute remaining in the opening quarter of play.
And the Ole Miss linebackers right now kind of sitting off the ball, waiting for the play to develop before they try to shoot gaps.
Jamon Gordon is in there on the defensive front now, as here's a screen for the Tide, near side to the 30, and that should be enough for the 1st down. Roydell Williams on the receiving end of that one, and it's going to be 3rd and very short. Well, no, they'll say he stepped out of bounds across the 30-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and about 5. I didn't see him step out. Now with Oots in motion, Robbie comes to the right of the formation. They find a man, Roydell Williams, near side. He'll make the grab after circling out of the backfield and out near the 40-yard line. That's enough to definitely move the chains as the first quarter has come to a close. Single setback to the right side of the quarterback. And Milroe keeps it, sees a man wide open. There you go, Jalen Hale on the receiving end, down on the near sideline, all the way down to the 34-yard line. It'll be a 31-yard pickup on the play. You see, he must have his radio on in the helmet.
He heard us, and I tell you what, more importantly, great job by the offensive line of allowing enough time for that play to develop that far downfield.
Now with a single setback, Roydell getting the handoff. He'll get taken down low by Kyrie Coleman. This must be the fourth or fifth time I've called Coleman's name, the middle linebacker. He has been a tough guy to handle.
Yeah, and Sam Brumfield, number 23 for Ole Miss, also late to the party on the tackles. So Alabama has to reply to this because the linebackers are kind of sitting off, waiting for things to happen, and then they're attacking, and they're just not overcommitting and allowing those rushing lanes to open.
Now going wide to the right is Jalen Hale. Others coming wide in motion to the near side. Clapping his hands, Milroe gets the snap, drops straight back, under pressure, rolls right, cuts left, and gets yardage down to the 31.
That's a nice pickup right there on 2nd and long. The reason is Kobe Prentice was kind of in the middle of the field, but there was a lot of traffic that would have been able to converge had he thrown the ball. He does the smart thing. He only picks up a couple of yards, but you're in field goal range here, and if you get some more positive yards, you may consider going for it on 4th down.
From here, it's roughly a 50-yard field goal, but let's see what happens now. C.J. Dupree, the tight end, goes to the right side of the formation. Single setback to the left of the quarterback. He'll deploy, and they look his way. McClellan gets the pass, a screen into the left flat, and he's got himself a first down for the Alabama Crimson Tide. You could see that one coming from up here.
Yeah, I loved it too. You know, we talked about the Alabama letting one guy get loose. Ole Miss completely forgot about Jace McClellan, who free released into the little flat. He's wide open to advance it for the first down.
So now another first down, a bank first down for the Alabama Crimson Tide. 1st and 10 from the 21 of Ole Miss. Rebels lead 7-3. We're early in the second quarter. Milroe steps up. He will audible. That starts hand signals flying from the Ole Miss defense. Handoff, Alabama, big hole, right side, and winding his way through traffic was Jace McClellan, and he'll pick up some 8 or 9 yards on the play. A nice play getting Alabama into the red zone now, and the Crimson Tide Chick-fil-A red zone. Let's see what it can yield for the good guys here. Bama trailing 7-3. Man in motion. 11:52 to go. Keeping it is Milroe. Goes laterally to the right sideline. Turns it upfield, and he will get himself down inside the 10. Let's see where he stepped out initially. Nice block by Jace as he got down to about the 7.
Yeah, Alabama had that play. It was a design run for the quarterback the whole way. C.J. Dupree and Jace McClellan were the lead blockers. Almost were able to catch the edge for the touchdown.
So it's a 1st and goal officially from the 8-yard line. Pistol formation, McClellan behind Milroe. 2 wides to the near side. Law goes in motion, gets the football on the right sideline. He is gang tackled and basically no gain on the play.
I think Ja'Cory Brooks came off of his block a little bit. Oh, they shot a safety up at the snap of the ball.
John Saunders Jr.
So just well defended by Ole Miss.
So it's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 8, heading to the end zone to our left. Jace McClellan now in motion. Here's Milroe calling his own number. Tries to replicate the play that we saw earlier from Jackson Dart, but this time J.J. Pegues, the defensive end, stayed home, and he ruined the best idea that Milroe had, and it brings up a 3rd and goal.
Yeah, frustrating play there because they also had brought a little linebacker around. Otherwise, Jalen Milroe probably walks in for a touchdown.
Bama 3 of 5 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line now. McClellan, he'll shift from the right to the left of the quarterback. Play clock at 3, 2. They get the snap off. Milroe throws into traffic, intercepted by the Ole Miss Rebels in the end zone. It was intercepted by Zamari Walton. It is going to be his first interception of the season for the senior from Melbourne, Florida.
Yeah, he's playing that defensive back, and he just kind of floated back in coverage. That's not a lot of room to be able to force that ball. It's just an ill-thrown ball. You got to be able to pull it down, get what you can, and/or settle for the field goal.
So Zamari Walton with the interception, and we've got timeout. 9:48 time remaining. Opening half. Alabama trails 7-3 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tide fans, it's game day. Take your seat and open a bag of your favorite Golden Flakes snacks. There's nothing better than the winning combination of crispy potato chips, light and airy pork skins, and Crimson Tide football. So rip open that bag of Golden Flake or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands and settle in. Because when you snack with Golden Flake, you're taking part in an Alabama football tradition. Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide Football is brought to you by Aetna, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. This is Alabama Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
7-3, Ole Miss leads Alabama with 9:48 left to go in the second quarter. Across the Conference is presented by T-Mobile, bringing 5G to hometowns across the SEC and a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Earlier today, it was Texas A&M starting conference play with a win against Auburn, 27-10. Also, Kentucky winning on the road against Vanderbilt, 45-28, and also Tennessee with a 14-0 lead against UTSA in Knoxville.
Of course, coming up next week, Bama's on the road at Mississippi State. Ole Miss home against the LSU Tigers. Quinshon Judkins is the running back now. And here's the quarterback, Dart. Avoids pressure from the Bama defense and escapes with his life with Chris Braswell chasing him down to the near side. Bama got through, and a good job by the secondary that time to keep everybody bottled up.
They were trying to get Priscorn, once again, that tight end, kind of a late release, but it was well defended by Alabama.
So it'll be a second down and a dozen. Here now the snap. Quick throw near side. Didn't expect it. It's caught by Jordan Watkins, but Malachi Moore will spin him around and put him down. It was like he didn't expect the throw to come to him, but now there's an Alabama player down and hurt.
Player injury.
Grabbing an ankle.
That's Deontay Lawson.
Yes, it is. Deontay Lawson from Mobile Christian High School We're going to take an injury timeout, and that's going to bring New Jersey native Jihad Campbell in off the bench. He has 7 tackles, all of them coming last week, and 1 tackle for a loss. And he's obviously has to start taking a bigger responsibility here. We'll tell you more in a second. Here's the play upcoming, 3rd down for the Rebels, 3rd and 11. Dart waits, backs up, has a runner to his left, looks right, looks left, gets taken down and thrown to the ground by Tim Smith, Chris Braswell, and that is the first sack of the ball game. The first Guthrie's sack for the Crimson Tide, and it comes at a big time.
Well, it started last week. South Florida was those receivers were unable to create separation, and it's kind of continuing today. Outside of a couple of busts, this secondary for Alabama has done a great job. That's a coverage sack and a good job by the D-line of getting home.
And now from the middle of his end zone, getting set to punt it away. A flag is down before the bad kick. It's going to be against Ole Miss.
Full start. Kicking team. All players were not set for 1 second prior to the snap. Under a penalty, 4th down.
Frazier Mazin spells his last name M-A-S-I-N. M-A-S-I-N, pronounces it Mazin. He did have a 65-yard punt against LSU a season ago. Today, averaging 44 yards for the punts. Hey, that one is blocked. It is blocked by Alabama out of midair, and it goes out of bounds. The Crimson Tide doing a great job penetrating. Ja'Cory Brooks, whole bunch of guys were there.
Boy, I was just about to get frustrated thinking that they had a false start. We would have had great field position because it was a shank punt. But because they're backed up inside the 5-yard line at the snap of that ball, we go ahead and decide to go for the punt, or the block rather. And now it appears that the ball did go past out of the end zone. It didn't go in the back of the end zone, so they're actually going to spot it at the 1-yard line.
Yes, Alabama's going to have it at the 1-yard line going into the end zone to our left. Great job by Ja'Cory Brooks and his mates. Jace McClellan to the right side of his quarterback. 2 wideouts on the right side. A high snap. It's over everybody's head. They dive for it, and the Crimson Tide will get it back. Milroe at the 16-yard line.
One of the most frustrating things in the history, if you talk to anybody, is when you're inside the 5-yard line, you go underneath center. That guy's got his hands full. He can't be focused on a snap. This has been a problem for Alabama in the previous 3 games, and it continues to shoot themselves in the foot.
A loss of 15 yards on the play. It goes from the 1 to the 16. So a 2nd down now. Men in motion. Here's Milroe dancing back outside the 20. He'll run to the right side. He'll stiff arm a man. He'll get hit by another man and gets out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
All right, right now you got to calm yourself down and get a little bit of composure here. You missed an opportunity, but now you have to step back and at least give yourself 3 points on this possession.
Again, Ole Miss leads 7-3. 6:38 remaining in the half. Bama 3 of 6 in 3rd down conversions. This will be a 3rd down and 18 or 19. Here's a snap. Milroe calls his own number, steps up, and is taken down around the ankles. Kari Coleman again. He has just had free reign for the Rebels today out of his middle linebacker spot.
3rd and goal from the 18, 19 yard. There's not a whole lot you can do. You really killed that drive on the first play when you had the ball at the 1-yard line. So this is really ultimately all you're trying to do here is just salvage the field goal.
It'll be a 41-yard kick between the hash marks. It goes from snapping at the 1 to a 41-yard kick. And thankfully, Will Reichard is able to convert. Boy, that was tough right there. That hurt.
Timeout.
That one hurt. Thank you, Roger Hoover. 5:42 to go. The referee, Scott Walker, assumes his position underneath the uprights to our left. And here comes the kick. That one sails to our left and goes out of bounds before the goal line.
Game of inches, huh? I think that thing went out around the 1 yard line. It just didn't come off of his foot right, and it was more like a helicopter.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
And we thank Scott Walker for getting his microphone squared away so we can hear what he has to say.
Yeah, we just got to get him to turn it off now, huh?
Yeah. All right, Alabama now starting with, Ole Miss starting with Quinshon Judkins as the single setback. Here now the quarterback keeps it, rolls left. On the screen, found Jordan Watkins, and he'll go across the 40 out of bounds at the 41-yard line. So a 6-yard pickup on the play.
Yeah, nothing fancy about it, but they caught Alabama off, and they're able to pick up positive yards on first down.
Here's the snap. Again, the throw, left flat, in and out of the hands of the receiver, Caden Prieskorn. He is a tight end. He spells his name Prieskorn. Prieskorn.
And that was a gift right there, because he catches that ball, he stumbles for a first down. Instead, it brings up a third down stopping opportunity for Alabama.
A 3rd and 4 now. Empty backfield for Jackson Dart. He gets the snap, waist high, loads up and throws a one-hopper to the left side. He was looking for Zachary Franklin, but could not find him, and he bounces that one away, and Lane Kiffin is going to bring in the punting unit right here. So the Crimson Tide will get the ball back here in fairly quick order.
And so many times, a 3 and out, great job by the defense, but so many times Ole Miss has gone to that bunch look, and it's created problems with who has who. But Alabama does an excellent job there at the 2nd and 3rd levels of defense to take away all passing opportunities.
Now remember, the last punt was blocked out of the end zone. Mazin boots this one away to McKinstry, and Kool-Aid settles beneath it at the 10-yard line. A 49-yard punt and no return. This game here, Alabama took a 3-0 lead in the first quarter on a Will Reichard 48-yard field goal. Ole Miss assumed the lead on a 10-yard run by Jackson Dart. There was an interception for Ole Miss, a blocked punt by Alabama, then Will Reichard with a field goal of, well, it was a negative 21-yard field goal, if you will, from the original line of scrimmage. Bama trails 7-6. Here's Jam Miller. Play action to him, and the throw to the right flat for Ja'Cory Brooks. And Alabama now looking at a 2nd down and 7.
So key to this drive, obviously, is getting that first down. They'll be in a 4-minute offense. They'll take their time, try to control things, but they still must stay ahead of schedule and stay ahead of the chains.
Tide taking their time. 2nd down and 8. Milroe claps his hands once. Second time gets the snap. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, and he'll get back to the 2-yard line where J.J. Bekeys gets him out. And that's Darian Dalcourt, who is leaving now. He's under his own power, but he is clearly not comfortable as he trots off the field. And now Alabama looking at a 3rd down. Terrence Ferguson is in, moving over to Darian Dalcourt's spot. Here now from the end zone, Milroe stands, looks right, throws right, has a man. Dupree bounces off a tackler. He'll stay on the right sideline, and he'll muscle his way forward out across the 25 to the 29-yard line. A 24-yard pickup. Nicely done.
Heck of a catch by C.J. Dupree, because he got smacked as soon as he had his hands on that ball. Not only was he able to catch it, maintain his balance, and advance it for another 5 or 6 yards.
Dupree from Scranton, Pennsylvania. A transfer from the University of Maryland. Now on a 1st and 10. Here's the give. Going backwards. Everybody got through, and Jam Miller, who was in at the running back spot, got taken down. It'll be Jared Ivey, who was the first man there. You mentioned him earlier, the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's frustrating too, because that was just pure miscommunication up front. There was 2 Ole Miss Rebels in the backfield, so Terrence Ferguson and Seth McLaughlin not on the same page as they allowed both those guys to penetrate.
Now Dupree and Nyblack are in as the tight ends. Kendrick Law wide to the near side. Steps up to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion from the far side. Here's the snap with a flag down. Throw across the middle. Catch is made on the near side. Nyblack, and he gets across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. But again, there was a flag on the play. Let's see what they're calling it.
And I thought Kendrick Law was going towards the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I did too. When I said he was in motion, that was just prior to and concurrent with the snap, I believe.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 players moving at the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
You know, this isn't a 5-yard penalty. It's a 25-yard penalty, because you negate a huge first down conversion opportunity.
Yeah.
And now your mindset with just over 2 minutes has got to be, you got to run this clock out. I mean, if you get the first down, great, go back in 2-minute form. But you can't turn the ball back over to Ole Miss.
And this is going to be a 2nd down and 21 for Alabama now. Here's the snap. Milroe across the middle. Catch made, but nowhere to go for Nyblack. He is immediately hauled down with
timeout. Ole Miss. This is their first of the half.
Immediately hauled down with that reception. All right, Alabama now. It's going to be looking at a 3rd down and 18. Jace McClellan is the running back. He's to the near side of the quarterback, Milroe. Here's Milroe standing in, looks long, and there was going to be interference. Here come the flags.
They had him.
Yeah, you saw that one. We did. Dejon Anthony got a piece of Isaiah Bond at around the 50-yard line to draw the flag.
So it's a forced safety look for Ole Miss. I mean, all they're trying to do is keep everything underneath them. Burton runs a post to occupy the safeties, and they run a little wheel route with Bond.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And obviously you'd love to complete that pass, but you're almost looking for that 50-50 to where it's either caught, it's incomplete, or you get the interference.
Dejon Anthony, as we mentioned, the guilty party. He transferred from Liberty University. Everybody seems to have transferred from somewhere for the Ole Miss Rebels, and heck, for that matter, all across the country. All right, Alabama now from their own 35. Here's Milroe. Loads up, looks long, and overthrows everybody. The Isaiah Bond with 3 men defending. And Milroe gave it a whatever he could, and he gave it a lot, and it went over everybody's head down towards the end zone.
It would have been a tough completion, because Ole Miss was definitely deep, and somehow or another they were still able to kind of somewhat get behind them.
So now it'll be a 2nd down and 10. 1:42 to go in the half. Here Milroe gives to Jace McClellan. He'll go to the left side and fights for yardage down to the 40-yard line. Picks up 4 on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 6 upcoming now.
This is makeable, though. That gave yourself a legit opportunity here on 3rd down.
Let's see what happens. In the backfield, Milroe with the running back to his left. Milroe looks right. Milroe going down. Nobody picked up the Ole Miss Rebels. That was Suntaran Perkins, who records the 3rd sack of the day for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Timeout.
You'll hear him with Coach Nick Saban coming up at intermission. And now they're going to take Ferguson to the locker room, escorted by the trainers. All right, here we go. James Burnett to punt it away. Booms this one. Fair catch, say the Ole Miss Rebels at the 26-yard line. And they'll start from their own 26. A 45-yard punt and no return. So with 1 minute and 1 second to go, the Rebels, who lead 7-6. You wonder if even Lane Kiffin is pleased with this ball game. Yeah, you're on the road and you're up, but you would expect he'd be looking for more from his offense.
He's not getting beat 35-0. He is very pleased right now, and he has ball in hand prior to halftime. He's going to look for one more opportunity. Look for a big chunk play opportunity for Ole Miss.
Because remember, Bama gets the ball to begin the second half. Jackson Dart. The snap, steps up, looks it across the middle. Catch is made by Kyron Heath, the number 4 tight end on the depth chart, and he gets the first down. Kyron Heath from Mansfield, Texas. Now here's another snap. Dart picks it up. Dart's up. Dart runs. Oh, gets hit again, and his helmet goes flying as he got drilled at the 48-yard line, and his helmet came down somewhere near Moundville.
Well, Jahai Campbell absolutely decapitated Jackson Dart. He didn't slide. He didn't try to get down. He took the shot and paid for it.
He has exited the ball game already. Spencer Sanders comes in. And now, question about the clock.
I know they're stopping it, talking about what's going on, but he's short of the first down. Clock should definitely be running.
Yeah. And that's what the officials are talking about.
And this is a big set of plays here for this Alabama defense. Ole Miss only about 15-20 yards from being in field goal range.
Lane Kiffin now talking to the referee, who has gone first to the Alabama side, now over to the near side.
Ole Miss has elected to use their 3rd and final timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff.
So the 3rd and final timeout.
Number 2 can remain in the game.
And you heard number 2 can remain in the game. That's Jackson Dart, the quarterback. Since you have taken the option of using the timeout, you don't have to lose the player who lost his headgear. And in this case, that was Jackson Dart. So with 40 seconds to go, 40 seconds to go until halftime, 7-6. Ole Miss leads the Crimson Tide. Both teams now come wandering back out to midfield. Lane Kiffin with his visor in place walks on the near sideline. Darts gets the snap, looks right, throws, caught by Jordan Watkins on the near side, and that'll be enough for a Rebel first down. So with 37 seconds to go, Ole Miss will move the chains. Single setback, empty backfield. Dart looks, throws right side, comes underneath Judkins out of the backfield, and he'll get rung up and thrown out of bounds by Kendrick Blackshear and Jalen Key.
They're right on the verge of field goal range right now.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 41. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So much for that comment. Chris Braswell, guilty of the hit on the quarterback.
And that's one of those.
Oh, my. The fans are going to react negatively to that.
It's so frustrating. If you touch a quarterback in the helmet, it's automatic penalty, and that's all it was a, hey, I'm here. I can't get to you, but here I am.
Third penalty of the day on Alabama. All right, 30 seconds to go. Rebels have no timeouts remaining. They come to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to the near sideline. Play is being relayed in with hand signals. Jackson Dart looks left, throws left, and out of bounds and over everybody's head. He was looking for Zachary Franklin, who had drawn tight coverage from Kool-Aid McKinstry. And we've taken 5 more seconds off the clock.
And I'd be very surprised if Ole Miss does anything other than shoot for the end zone here. You're well in field goal range.
Sure.
They want the touchdown more than anything. It's going to get tougher and tougher as time continues to dwindle well off the clock.
Now with the quarterback and a running back in the backfield. Lane Kiffin signals in a new play. Sends people in motion. Kyron Heath, the tight end, goes to the far side of the formation. They overload it there. Here's the throw near side, all alone. Catch is made Watkins as they took a quick drop, 3 steps, and threw it to the 17-yard line on the near side.
And that really doesn't accomplish a ton for Ole Miss. Yeah, they advanced it forward, but if the end zone is what you're hunting right here, 5 yards doesn't really matter.
Now on a third down, straight drop, looking, rolling it right, and the ball is tipped in the air, incomplete. That was looking for Trey Harris, but they had coverage from Terry and Arnold, who has really been playing well, and he knocked that one away from the intended receiver. And here comes Caden Davis to attempt the field goal.
Excellent play by Terry and Arnold. There was a lot of hand fighting going on there. Ole Miss wanted the flag, but he gets his head around and actually plays the ball. That's why no flag comes out.
Now the snap. To set things up for Caden Davis. It'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Kick is on the way, and it is no good. No good. How about them apples?
Boy, I tell you what, that's well-deserved. Good job by the defense. You gave up 60 yards in just under a minute to set up to extend the lead for Ole Miss on the field goal opportunity. Thank goodness we finally dodged a bullet.
And maybe, we talk about stuff, maybe that's something that Lane Kiffin knew. That this is not an area that he is, a distance he's comfortable with. Who knows? Bottom line is Alabama has the football with 13 seconds to go.
Do you dare throw it? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Alabama's just going to kneel the ball and get to halftime.
Yeah.
And probably rightfully so. I think that they want to regroup completely.
They have Jermaine Burton in the backfield, and everybody's going to take the victory formation, although that's not where it is. We're not at the end of the game, but at halftime, a safe snap there, and we have come to intermission. Before we go any farther in this 7-6 Ole Miss lead, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. And we are underway as the kick is in the air, end over end, and into and almost out of the end zone to our left. So Bama will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Well, fortunately for us, though, this Alabama football team has been a second-half team, at least offensively. That's really when they have come to life, and this crowd is just waiting on it. If we get a score right here, put the ball in the end zone, Van's going to get back in this thing and be a difference maker.
Yeah, these folks are waiting to blow the roof off the stadium. There's no question about it. It's Parents' Weekend here. And, of course, the game was a hard sellout. I'm just checking those distant seats in the student section, and every one of them is full. Here we go now, Milroe. He'll roll right under pressure, and he'll just pull back and throw that one away onto the sideline. Jace McClellan was closest along the near or Ole Miss Rebels sideline, but no way to get the ball to him.
Now, Alabama had so much success running the football in the first half, trying to take advantage of an overly aggressive defensive unit for Ole Miss, but they weren't biting on the play fake.
Darian Dalcourt is back in the lineup for the Crimson Tide. McLaughlin remains at center. Milroe with men wide on the near side. They cut across the middle. Jalen throws long, looking, and it's caught by Jermaine Burton. He had a man on his back, but it didn't matter as Trey Washington could do nothing out the ball, and it was a 54-yard reception by Jermaine Burton. A beautiful play.
And really a fine catch as well. The ball was intended to go to the outside. Burton had to look back to his inside and then adjust one more time to catch that ball over his shoulder.
Now Bama going 1st and 10 from the Rebel 21. Heading towards the end zone to our right. Robert Oots in motion. High snap. Milroe pulls it down. Gives it on the near side to Jace McClellan. He's in. But there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. Is this going to be another Bama touchdown negated by penalty?
Holding. Offense. Number 3. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the 5. First down.
Yes.
Very frustrating. Yeah, Jermaine Burton and that cornerback were the only two guys out there, and it's definitely a hold. Probably did not have to do it. That guy might have made the tackle, but it would have been a 10-yard gain nonetheless.
So now it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Bama has it going left to right as you listen. Oots in motion. He goes to the left of the formation. 2 wides there. Here's the give. Big hole, Roydell Williams, and he'll fight his way for a 5-yard pickup down to the 16. Kyrie Coleman again on the tackle for the Ole Miss Rebels.
I love that downhill running game, though. Allow your offensive line just to explode off the ball and pick up 5 yards.
Just underway, 3rd quarter. Oots in motion to the left side of the formation. Here now the snap, the give. Roydell up the middle. He picks up to the 11. That'll be very close to the first down. I think he's going to be a tick shy of the yard line to gain, and indeed he is. So this is going to be 3rd down. Bama 4 of 9 in 3rd down conversions, and this time Milroe just keeps it and says, I'll just do it myself. And he picks up the 1st down, and it'll be a 1st and goal from 9 yards away for Alabama.
Yeah, be very surprised if in any short yardage situation Alabama is not underneath center from here on out.
They were on that play, but of course that would be, expected on a very short yardage there. Well, Milroe working out of the shotgun. Gets the snap chest high. He'll give it to Jace McClellan, who'll work his way down to the 6.
All right, we got to bow up right here offensively, especially along the front. They're going to be bringing everybody as we're having success running the ball. We got to find a way to move some guys up front for this final 6 yards.
Here comes Dupree. Pete Golding will bring in 2 new defenders for the Ole Miss Rebels. On the near side, Bond and Benson. Wide right. Here's the snap into the backfield. Milroe looks left, pumps, pulls it down, runs. He's to the 5, and he's taken down there. He's taken down at the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from 5 yards away. Excuse me, 4th and goal from 5 yards away.
He's very slow getting up. He kind of got shook up there. Took a hit there at the tail end of that play.
And Bama's just going to put points on the board here with Reichard. The holder is Burnip. The snapper is Neeland Hibbett. It'll be a 23-yard field goal attempt to take the lead. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. So the Crimson Tide takes the lead on the foot of Reichard, who has been the guy for Bama today. Rebels in the white jerseys, red numerals, the silver or gray pants, the blue headgear. The kick.
It again.
And that one goes out of bounds as well.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
I tell you, he's just trying to be a little too fine where he puts that ball. And he's very well capable of kicking it halfway through the end zone.
So the Crimson Tide now defensively. Let's see what they can do to put the kibosh on the Ole Miss Rebels. Jackson Dart. His first name is Jackson. Jackson Dart. He'll get the snap, handed off to the second man through. And that was Quinshon Judkins, who's stacked up by Justin Aboigbe. He's been in and out of the ball game, Aboigbe has been. Here's a 2nd down and 8. The snap. Stutter step move. Runs up on a pile of bodies. Judkins does. And he gets inside the 40. Ran into Aboigbe one more time. Ole Miss 1 of 6 in 3rd down conversions. Not exactly sparkling numbers there either. Man in motion, 2 wides either way. Here's the pump, here's the throw. The out route is caught at his fingertips by Jordan Watkins, and he runs out of bounds at the yard line to gain.
Boy, the ball was thrown just a hair short. He really had to reach back towards the backfield to catch that ball, and that momentum almost took him out of bounds short of the first down, but just enough to move the chains.
So now the chains move, the snap coming from their own 45. Here now the fake give, and then the second man gets the handoff. Judkins, he'll drive the pile as best he can. Caleb Downs, Justin Aboigbe there to lead the tacklers.
Deontay Lawson not back in the game, so John Campbell, it'll be his spot for the remainder of the game.
Zachary Franklin is in. He's in the left slot. Man in motion from the far to the near side, reverses direction. Here's Dart, stands in. He throws one long into traffic. Intercepted by Alabama. Intercepted by the Crimson Tide's Terrion Arnold. He'll spin through traffic. He's around the 40 to the near sideline, 43-yard line. Terrion Arnold. 38 yards on the return of the interception by Jackson Dart.
Rolling on the field, an interception by the defense. First down, Alabama.
That was nice.
That was awesome. That was a poor decision by Jackson Dart throwing into double coverage. And at the last second, Terrion Arnold cut across his face and picked that ball off.
So the Crimson Tide will have the ball back. They've been doing that for quite the while now, and we certainly do appreciate it. Here now, Alabama digging in. Roydell Williams fights forward. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing further. Here's a 2nd down and 10. Milroe near side, out route, caught by Kendrick Law. And he'll get a hard hit, but picks up the 1st down as he gets across the 50, down to the 47, maybe the 46. Trey Washington, the free safety, was there to stand him up after the reception. So now a 1st and 10 with 8:22 to go in the 3rd. Milroe on the give, nice move left side, tripped up down low is Roydell Williams. Almost had a break right there, but they got him down low across the legs.
Still a nice gain of 6 yards, and once again, wide receivers into the boundary. The safety is the only guy that it has the ability to tackle Roydell Williams in open field.
Shadows creeping out now to the far hash marks, with the sun behind the far grandstands. 3 wides near side, man in motion. Dupree goes to the far sideline. He's the tight end. Bama's defense, or Ole Miss's defense, adjusting. Here now the handoff, and very little there for Roydell Williams. Brings up a 3rd down here. Be 3rd and about 5.
Seems like we're getting good push up front, but they're just feeling hard at the last second from the backside and able to wrap us up.
Defense filling in the gaps. Isaiah Bond goes in motion to the left side of the formation. Here now on the 3rd down, quick throw. Bond has it. 1st down Alabama on the left sideline and down to the 31-yard line. Quick release. That's the best thing, man. There's no way to react to that.
And it was a really nice read as well. Ole Miss over pursued. It left Bond wide open in the flat. It was a nice throw for the 1st down. What we need to see now, though, Eli, is one of these receivers catch that ball, make a guy miss, and take it to the house.
So the Crimson Tide now, with Oots in the left slot. Play action. Milroe looks long, has a man there. Touchdown, Alabama! There's an injured player on the field. It looks like Jalen Milroe, the Alabama quarterback, who is down on his back. His legs are spread. That was the touchdown to Jalen Hale. Let's finish that off. It was a beautiful pass catch of 33 yards, but Milroe got drilled.
As he released the ball, yeah, but let's start first. Ole Miss stunted. They slanted the line. They brought a backer from play side as Jalen Milroe gets up. And, man, he has got these fans fired up.
He is trotting over to the sidelines. He skips over to the sidelines.
But back to it. They slanted the line, brought an extra backer, the offensive line, all kinds of protection up front. Just a 3-man route, another deep shot once again. And Hale, who we really hadn't called his name a lot, runs a nice post route, high points the ball in double coverage and brings it down for a touchdown. Are we going to go for 2?
I was just wondering. Yep. There's no kicker out there. Ty Simpson is in at quarterback, giving Milroe that breather. Oots goes wide to the far side with 2 teammates. 3 to the near side, and Simpson keeps it himself. Flag on the play. A face mask on Ole Miss. Simpson keeps it himself and gets the 2-point conversion. So Alabama gets the 2 points, and Simpson just shook off that face mask from the Rebel defense. We'll hear from referee Scott Walker.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. This 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. It's over play, try is good.
Alabama has taken the lead now, and they needed it. 17-7. We're back after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. As the kickoff now goes bouncing to the goal line, and the Rebels' Bentley comes out with it, and he is paying the price at the 7-yard line as the Crimson Tide came down and put the hit on him. That was Jam Miller who led the attack, and Alabama doing a great job, psyched up after taking the lead. We had a great meal last night. That big tuna steak. It was covered in sesame seeds and it had wasabi sauce and all sorts of. Folks, listen, if you're looking for a place to go, it doesn't have to be a football weekend. Anytime. Great servers, wonderful service. Big Mike's Steakhouse in Moundville, Alabama, right there in downtown. You're going to love it.
For potential targeting.
Uh-oh, they're going to look at targeting on that tackle against Ulysses, who was coming out with the football out of the end zone, and he got drilled hard. And we're looking at the video replay here.
There's no doubt that Chan Miller did lower his head, as everyone who tackles does, but I did not see any forcible hit to the neck or head area.
The officials are going to look at the video here. They'll do the same at the SEC Video Center in downtown Birmingham. We're just watching it again. Well, of course, you ask me, I'll say it's not targeting. But I'm also wearing a crimson and white shirt. So who knows? But we're just watching it one more time. It looked like the ball carrier dipped his head. But again, who knows? And we'll wait and see what Scott Walker here, the referee, and the guys in Birmingham say. Walker is talking to his umpire, and they are comparing notes.
After review, personal foul, targeting with the pounded helmet, kicking team number 26. 15-yard penalty from the end of the line, first down. Number 26 has been disqualified.
Oh, well.
So what stinks is the fact that you lose Jan Miller for the remainder of the day. He's a special team. We've also seen him on offense.
Yep.
But thank goodness for the penalty to face mask, because now Ole Miss still only gets the ball at the 24-yard line.
5 penalties against Alabama for a loss of 50 yards today. But you're right. Here come the Ole Miss Rebels now. The fans getting noisy. Quinshon Judkins is the running back. He's to the left side of Dart, fakes it to him, then pulls it back and throws, and Watkins makes the grab, but he is put down instantly by Alabama. The play will lose yardage. Caleb Downs, I'll tell you, that freshman, we've talked about him, he's played well.
Boy, he's hunting the ball carrier. He is hard going downhill, reads it, and makes the tackle for a loss.
Now on a second down and 11. Straight drop, Dart throws, ball hangs up, receiver gets around the defender, and Dayton Wade gets across midfield down to the 45-yard line of Alabama. It'll be a 31-yard pickup.
Just a missed tackle by Arnold there, and Jaheim Otis almost got to the quarterback.
Now the inside give. 5 yards on the pickup for Judkins. Tresman Marshall makes the tackle. 5:23 to go in the third. Alabama leads 17-7. Here now the inside give again. And that gets to the 39-yard line. So it brings up third down. Tim Keenan, the third, clogging up the middle. Ole Miss 2 of 7 in third down conversions. Here's a 3rd and 4. Big play defensively for Bama's D. Running back shifts to the right of the quarterback. Dart keeps it, turns it upfield. He'll get a first down by a yard. He went to his right, then turned it upfield behind the blocking and gets the first down.
Yeah, that was a quarterback keep all the way. They had 2 lead blockers with the tight end and the running back, Judkins, and they were able to gain the edge.
So with 4:31 to go in the third, here comes substitution. Tim Smith, he'll come in. Jaheim Otis takes a seat.
I think Ole Miss tried to pull a quick one, putting Jordan Watkins on the field late.
Here's the snap. Inside give. Fighting for 2 yards, maybe a third. It's going to be Judkins.
Good penetration, though, by the defensive front. Ole Miss really having a difficult time pushing our defensive guys around. All these runs are real short.
Ulysses Grant. He's in. Here's a quick throw, and the quarterback is put down in a flag. A flag on Trez Marshall and Dallas Turner. They were looking.
Holding. Offense. Number 78. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Most everybody in this building thought it was going against Bama's 2 guys.
Yeah, I was scared to death that it was going to be either a late hit or another targeting as Trez Marshall pushed Dart as he was falling backwards, but tremendous pressure once again. They are really teeing off up front on this Alabama defensive front.
Ulysses Bentley, the 4th, in the running back spot.
Boy, a tackle for a loss or any sort of incomplete would be huge right here.
Jackson Dart shifts his players to his right. Everybody moves. Now a 4th man comes across. Here's Dart standing in. Dart comes left. He's got running room. He's to the 30, 29. There's a block in the back and down to the 20-yard line. But flags come flying in. There was a block in the back. Either that or offensive holding. Could have gone either way against the Rebels.
Malachi Moore.
Holding. Offense. Number 88. 10-yard penalty from the start of the foul. Second down.
Malachi Moore was the only guy in the area, and he did a heck of a job of selling that push in the back. It was very iffy, but he did a heck of a job of selling it.
Kyron Heath, the tight end, is the guilty party. So the football will be placed at the 42, and it's going to be a second down and 18 for Ole Miss. Single setback to the left of the quarterback. From the right side, Watkins in motion. They throw it to him. It's a high pass. He pulls it down, and he gets thrown out of bounds in front of the Ole Miss bench. Jihad Campbell makes the play defensively, despite the protests coming from the Rebels. Here now, Ole Miss. They are 3 of 8 in third down conversions. Here's a 3rd and 10 play.
And you got to think Ole Miss is thinking 2 downs here. They're not going to settle for a field goal.
Yep. 3 men wide to the far side. All the way spread across the field. Here's the snap. They hand it off to the left side. And running back, Quinshawn Judkins gets over to the near side and picks up 9 yards on the play. It was a 3rd and 10. He picks up 9. So now even us math majors know it's a 4th and 1.
And they love to run Jackson Dart on these type of scenarios. He's down in distances. Pick up an extra blocker, try to get to the edge and let him cut it up.
They got Priestcorn in as the tight end with a big body. Here now the toss outside. Ulysses heads to the corner. He's got a first down. It was a quick snap to Dart, and he shoveled it out to the right side, and the first down.
So many different looks, especially in these short yardage situations. Awfully difficult to defend that quick pitch to the edge.
We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in a rapidly played third quarter. Darts claps his hands, drops back, looks, throws back across the field, incomplete. He was looking for the running back, Ulysses Bentley, coming out of the backfield, but the ball just sailed harmlessly.
Well, Dallas Turner did an excellent job of understanding where that ball was going from. He peeled out of his pass rush and took the back out of the backfield.
So it's a 2nd down and 10. A minute 15 to go in the third. Alabama by 10 points, 17-7. Here now the snap. Jackson goes to the right side, and Dart slides down to a stop. We'll see where they spot it officially. Chris Braswell got him touched down at about the 20-yard line or so, and he slid, so they'll give him the ball at about the 18. From there, it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 for Ole Miss. 3 men stacked on the left side, 1 wide to the right. Here's the snap. Jackson Dart stands in, throws a bullet, and it's knocked down at the 4-yard line. The intended receiver, Jordan Watkins, had good coverage on him, and that time Kool-Aid McKinstry, who is now congratulated by Malachi Moore, made the nice play.
Boy, McKinstry's mad with himself. He had his hands on this ball. It would have been a heck of an interception, but one he feels he should have come down with.
Here's a field goal try. They missed earlier. This is a 35-yarder for the Rebels off the far hash mark. It's on the way. It is up, and that one is good. So, a jam-packed Bryant-Denny Stadium. Not a seat to be had. A hard sellout. And it's just been a magnificent day. The lights are on to help combat some of the shadows that now have covered the entire gridiron, except for one strip going diagonally across the field from one end zone to the other. Here we go now with Jace McClellan lined up to the right of his quarterback. He gets the handoff, and he'll just dive into that pile and pick up a couple 3 yards. Joshua Harris, the nose tackle, stayed put to make that tackle. I'm just not used to seeing nose tackles wearing number 0.
It's just not right, is it?
No.
Yeah.
We talked about this in the previous game about tight ends not wearing the 80s and so on, but just interesting. Just one of those little tidbits. Here's McClellan now on a 2nd down and 8. He gets the handoff, gets a big hole, charges right through it, and he's got a 1st down to midfield. Another bank first down.
Boy,
Alabama Crimson Tide.
J.C. Latham in that right side absolutely just pancaked that defensive front. Huge hole there on the right side.
Now as Bama walks up to the line of scrimmage, Jermaine Burton goes wide to the far side. He is there along with Ja'Cory Brooks. Single setback as Dupree, the tight end, goes in motion to the right. Here's Milrose standing in, looking, throws long across the middle, reaching up as Oots. He'll make a pretty grab and carry the pile as the fans yell, Oots, Oots, and he gets down to the 30-yard line.
Terry Perkins, the linebacker for Ole Miss, went for the interception, and Oots was able to snag it out of the air, so there was nobody around him when he came down.
And of course, Oots at 6'4" and change. Perkins 6'2" and change, so Bama got the edge there. Now on a 1st and 10 from the Ole Miss 30. Alabama leading by a touchdown. Here's the give. Jace McClellan near side, turns the corner, 20. He's to the 15. A head fake at the 10, and he's down to the 9-yard line. Jermaine Burton and Robbie Oots led the blocking assistance. That was pretty.
Yeah, and C.J. Dupree also out there able to pin that line in. And Zamari Walton had an opportunity to tackle him in the backfield. A little stutter step, though, and he's able to get to the edge.
17-10 Alabama. And the Tide is threatening again here in the 4th quarter. Milroe. He has a running back to his left, McClellan. Wide out to the near side. That's Malik Benson. And now with play clock time down at 3, 2, 1. Milrose snaps it. Hands to Jace. Jace stumbles. He's on his feet. Retains his balance. Carries it in. Touchdown, Alabama. Touchdown, Alabama. Robbie Oots with a block. And the run in by Jace McClellan, who I don't quite know how he didn't lose his footing, but that's why he's there and I'm up here.
Hey, just like Roger Craig back in the day, keeping those knees high, keeping the defenders off of your ankles, you're able to maintain your balance. And because the linemen have a hat on a hat, none of the defenders can wrap him up. He finds a little crease. J.C. Latham literally blocked his guy around the world. I love it.
And now Alabama waiting for the extra point. Reichard makes it good, and the Crimson Tide now add to their lead. It's 24-10 with 12:10 remaining in the ball game. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Bama runs on Duncan. The Bromberg scoring drive, 6 plays, 75 yards for Alabama. Took 3 minutes, 24 seconds off the clock. Here at Bryant-Denny Stadium, we're on the sideline. Christian Miller, Alabama has to be feeling pretty good.
Absolutely, Roger. This is the momentum that Alabama so desperately needed. It started with the big touchdown pass from Jalen Milroe. I witnessed guys sprinting down the sideline and then celebrating, even after the conversion with Ty Simpson in the game. And now guys are jumping up and down. They got the towels waving. Something familiar that I'm familiar seeing when I was on the sideline here. So you love to see that. So the sideline really has come alive this second half, and rightfully so. They've been playing some really good football.
Thank you, Christian. Here's the kickoff, and they're going to bring it out, the Rebels do, to the 15. Ulysses Bentley gets tied up, bobbled the football, and then covers it up at the 20, not even, about the 18-yard line. And that's where the Rebels get it. A great break for the Rebels getting it in. Hey, you know what? When Roger was giving us the Bromberg scoring drive, you had a great point. It was only one pass.
That's what I love.
In that entire drive for the Crimson Tide.
All year we've been hearing about how this offensive line wants to take over a football game. That's the first drive all year that we've really seen them just impose their will on the opposing defense.
Quinshon Judkins, the running back, gets the handoff. He'll slash to his left, breaks a tackle, breaks free again, and gets all the way down to an 8-yard gainer. Now they'll say he got the first down. So they will move the chains.
You know,
He made something out of nothing there. Here now, Jackson Dart fakes the give to Judkins, and the Bama defense busts through to make the stop.
That looked like a little busted play. I'm not sure if we should collapse the pocket, but play didn't look right to begin with. Dart, there was no separation or spacing. He pulled the ball. It's almost like it was a busted play.
That's fine. 11:13 to go in the ball game. Alabama on top. 24-10. Here's the snap. Dart throws a high riser to the left, and it's over Judkins' head. He reached up to try and grab it, but could not make the play. Of course, Tim Keenan, he's the guy who silently made that play for Bama's D.
Yeah, Trez Marshall also in the area, but it would have been a difficult tackle in open field had the ball been appropriately placed.
Rebels are 4 of 10 in third down conversions. 4 of 10, or 40% for those of you who can do math. Here's a third down and 11. Straight drop. Dart chased from the pocket. Flag on the play. Dart goes down. But again, there was a flag, no doubt, in the area of holding.
Well, Trez Marshall's jersey's all the way down by his waistline.
Scott Walker, the referee, indicates holding against the visiting team.
Holding. Offense, number 57. That penalty is a call. Holding. Offense, number 67. That penalty is a call. Fourth down.
Hey, how awesome is 2 guys held and we still got to them, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you want to see up front.
And now, Christian.
Game clock operator, please place 10 minutes and 50 seconds on the game clock.
They're going to put 7 more seconds on the clock. But, Christian, it's a game and a performance like this against another team in your conference that really can ignite this Alabama unit. We'll talk more in a second as the Rebels are getting set to punt it away. Averaging 43 yards a punt today is Mazin. And here now McKinstry stays away from the bouncing kick, and it's downed at the 29-yard line. And with the ball from their own 28-yard line, Jace McClellan to the left side. Two tight ends. Handoff. Jace outraces people going laterally. There are all sorts of flags flying, leaving Ole Miss defenders in their wake. And we'll see it all coming back on holds.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Darian Dalcourt got himself two guys.
Yeah,
for the price of one.
You got to move your feet there, and we put the 12 personnel, the two tight ends, and the wide receiver to the boundary once again. They just kind of slant their line towards the field, and I think Seth McLaughlin also let his guy go a little too early as well.
Yeah. Second holding call of the day and sixth penalty against Alabama today. Here's the Tide now on a first down call from inside their own 20 at the 18. Boots in motion. The give. Jace McClellan gets to the 20, no farther. So he'll pick up a yard and a half. Jeremiah Jean-Baptiste was the man who made that tackle. Middle linebacker.
Game clock operator, please place 10 minutes and 5 seconds on the game clock. Thank you.
J.C. Latham lost his helmet on that play. He'll go out, and Miles McVay will come in to take his spot. Brings up a second down and 19 for Alabama. Dupree in motion. The snap. Milroe keeps it, hurdles over a man, stiff arms another, turns the corner right sideline, and he gets out of bounds, shoved there by about the 25-yard line. DeAndre Prince, the cornerback, came up to make the stop.
It's a positive yardage. C.J. Dupree is able to hold on his block just for a hair second longer. That's going to allow Milroe to get north and south versus having to bust it to the outside. Probably would have had a bigger game.
Latham, after sitting out the one play for losing his helmet, has returned. Here's a third down now and 13. Dupree in motion. The tight end goes to the right of the formation. Rebels barking directions in the background. Here's the snap to Milroe. Stands in, looks right, throws an... That's a great pass through a non-existent hole to Roydell Williams, but he had to reach for it, and there was really no way for him to turn around and turn it upfield. So the pass is complete, but Alabama's going to have to punt it away.
And important that it's completed because it continues to keep the clock running once again. I wish he had gone. He had some one-on-one opportunities down the field with no safety help. Had Kendrick Law on a little corner route, had a one-on-one opportunity. But he took the conservative, and you cannot blame the kid for that.
No.
Punting's not the worst.
Burnip to punt, averaging 50 yards a punt today. And this one is boomed away to Jordan Watkins. He'll make the grab. And Ole Miss will start back at around their 28-yard line.
The attendance figures are courtesy of ATIX. The official attendance for tonight's game is 100,077 fans, a sellout here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. ATIX is the proud sponsor of the game's attendance. ATIX says thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans.
Roger, thank you very much. Just looking at the numbers, Alabama with 4 sacks today to 3 for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Yeah, and Ole Miss doesn't have to get out of their rhythm of continuing to run the football, but with only 8 minutes to go, they are going to have to throw earlier.
Yep. Ulysses Bentley is the running back. They fake it to him and then throw it on the near sideline, and that's incomplete. It was high, and Trey Harris was the intended receiver, but Terry and Arnold was there to offer the defensive coverage.
And you knew they were going to take a shot at some point.
You did.
And that's also just trying to get some sort of interference. But Arnold, once again, doing a good job getting his head turned around.
Tight ends and the running back all shift to the left side of the Ole Miss formation. Quarterback goes left. Ulysses gets the grab in on the screen, and he'll fight his way up the left sideline before stepping out of bounds across the 30. Dallas Turner was there to hassle him. They'll say he goes out at the 30-and-a-half yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 from there. Jackson Dart brings a man in motion, and as he comes past him, Dart hands the football to the motion man. That was Dayton Wade, but Alabama's Kendrick Blackshear and a host of others all saw that one forming up.
And Malachi Moore, it was a key part of that. Not in on the tackle, but forced the ball carrier back up inside because he went wide.
And now it is 4th down and 8 for Ole Miss. They are 1 of 1 in 4th down conversions here today. The snap. Dart steps back, throws. It is caught, 1st down, and Watkins has it. He got it going across the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. The yard line to gain. Jalen Key was covering.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They get a safety against a wide receiver in man coverage, and that's an advantage for Ole Miss.
But all the while, the clock is running. 6:43 to go with Alabama up 24-10. Here now the snap. The inside give, nothing there except big Tim Smith and Jaheim Otis.
Boy, Jaheim Otis just absolutely worked his guy at that right defensive tackle or left defensive tackle, and then it comes in and leaves his feet and makes the tackle in the backfield.
He's 6'5", 320, and then he left his feet on top of that.
Boy, a lot of confusion on the defensive front.
Quarterback, Jackson Dart. Quinshawn Judkins, the running back. 9 seconds on the play clock. The snap is knee high. The throw across the middle. Beautiful catch for the Rebels at the 45-yard line. Jordan Watkins. That was a pretty grab.
Yeah, Key once again in coverage there, and just a little too quick for him on the little in route.
Now coming wide to the near side. Judkins, empty backfield. Quarterback steps up and goes down. Great effort by Braswell, and that's going to be another sack. It'll be the 4th sack of the ball game, rather the 5th sack of the ball game for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I think some of the Ole Miss wide receivers are just as tired as anybody else out there on the field. Watkins has to come off of the field.
5:09 to go in the ball game. Bama by 2 touchdowns. Malachi Moore directing traffic out there. Man in motion. They hand it off slowly to Jordan Watkins, but Dallas Turner stayed right with him, saw the play the whole way.
Watkins on the previous play for Ole Miss wanted to come off the field. He was tired, but Lane Kiffin sent him back out there and for some reason gave him the little in route. He has no gas in the tank right now.
Yep.
And you know you're 4 down territory now.
Yes, I guess everything is 4 down territory now. Ulysses Bentley on a 3rd and 23 is the running back in the pistol formation. Wideouts either way. Now the quarterback, Dart, comes back, says something to Ulysses, moves him to the left, and now here's pressure. The throw across the middle, knocked down by Alabama's Caleb Downs. They threw a bullet all the way down to the 33-yard line of the Tide, and with Jalen Key there to make the play, and others, Bama doing a great job defensively.
Boy, that was a great play because it would have been enough to move the chains and keep this drive going, but he got in there hard and was able to not only bat the ball, but not get his hands and make contact. Know where the 1st down marker is right here.
4 minutes, 5 seconds to go on the ball game. Bama by 2 touchdowns.
fresh lineman, defensive lineman in for Alabama as well.
Shotgun, Dart gets the snap, stands in, looks. He'll throw it to the near side, and it's caught along the near sideline by Ulysses Bentley IV. Boy, he's been one of those go-to guys today.
Oh, that's so frustrating. We had him in the backfield. He's able to buy just enough time, and on the run throws a perfect dime in there. Trez Marshall was in coverage trailing.
Now remember, the clock doesn't stop, but now it will as the referee comes in.
The center judge was not in position for the substitution process. First down.
So they have to stop the play.
Game clock over. Please place 3 minutes and 47 seconds on the game clock.
The ball is going to be right on the 30-yard line. Mike Block, the center judge, was not in position. It was a good job by Scott Walker, the referee, to pick up on that. Now they wind the clock. Out of the shotgun with 2 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Dart looks, throws a bullet, and that one is going to be caught on the near sideline. The officials looked at each other and then said, yes, Dayton Wade made the catch.
It was either Key or Arnold that tried to swat it away, and I wasn't sure the receiver for Ole Miss was able to get his feet down.
I didn't know if he could either, but they finally made the signal. Now with 3:08 to go, here's the snap. Looking for a hole on the left side, Quinshon Judkins, who has had a decent day today, but nowhere near what they expected. 12 carries, some 54 yards, now maybe 55 with that last carry. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Dart under pressure, Dart going down. Dart lost the football, but the Rebels cover it up. Dallas Turner separated football from quarterback, but the Rebels got it back. But still a great job by Dallas and others.
Boy, a little pincer movement there by Chris Braswell and Dallas Turner, both of them meeting in the backfield at Jackson Dart.
Yeah, they met at Dart Junction. Quincy McGee covered the football for the Rebels. Now a 3rd down and 16, empty backfield, long throw over the head of the intended receiver, incomplete. Jordan Watkins was wide open in the end zone, but it went over his head, incomplete. And now a 4th down and 11.
They can't get a first down just inside of the 3-yard line. They don't have to score here, but you know they're probably going to try. Boy, we need one more sack.
Dart waits along the near hash mark. Ulysses Bentley is with him. Here's the snap. Pressure up the middle. Dart is drilled, and the ball comes over on the near sideline. Oh my goodness, did he get hit?
So Malachi Moore started about 12 yards deep, looking like he was a middle safety, and then timed it up perfectly at the snap of the ball to shoot the A-gap and hit Dart before he could throw it.
Wow. Why don't we take a break right here and enjoy the celebration with the Bama fans. You folks celebrate at home as well. Back in a moment with Alabama on top. 2:06 to go in the ball game. Alabama 24, Ole Miss 10. And how many people knew or expected this?
Me and you?
Yes,
we
and I talked about it.
And we did. We said this is the second half offensive football team. They really came to life. And the really big difference is this offensive line has really taken over this game, moving guys around. Man, they have been dominant here in the second half. And the defense, though, to their credit, they have played outstanding all 4 quarters.
So why does that not happen in the first half?
Who knows, man?
Mr. Brilliant,
what
got there. No, but you're right. It's they are very much a second half team. Here we go. Alabama on Milroe's toss to Jace McClellan. He'll go, and there'll be a timeout taken by the Ole Miss Rebels.
Timeout. Ole Miss.
Tell you, outstanding game though by C.J. Dupree and Robbie Oates. Outstanding. A lot of 2 tight end looks for Alabama, and they have really helped solidify the success there on the offensive line.
Here's Dupree in motion. Give left side. Big hole for no give. Just Milroe keeping it himself and going on the left side. And he gets out close to, but not quite to the first down. He got 7.5 yards on the play. And timeout is taken again by the Ole Miss Rebels. Jace McClellan is in the backfield in the pistol formation. 1:53 to go in the ball game. Alabama leads 24-10. Milroe standing on the 20, claps his hands once, and Ole Miss jumps, and then they push J.C. Latham down on his caboose.
Offside. Defense. On the line of sight. Take it to the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to react. Penalties, and this results in a first down.
Jamond Gordon, the senior from Meridian, Mississippi, getting that penalty.
And that'll do it. That's good discipline right there by the offensive line. A good play call there. Just go ahead and see if they jump. There might be 2 people in this entire stadium who can push J.C. Latham and actually push him over.
Yeah, exactly. J.C. is 6'6", 360 pounds as the handoff now goes to Jace McClellan, and he just drags people along with him out to the 38-yard line.
Timeout.
And the final timeout for the Ole Miss Rebels. Alabama's not used a single timeout all day today, and the Rebels have used all 6.
You know, and I do like the fact of that. I mean, that shows that you're organized, you're calm and collective, understand what's going on. You're not getting hectic. We did see the one delay game, I think, on a punt or field goal or something. But outside of that, it's been fairly clean as far as substitution, getting lined up and getting a playoff.
Butch, of course, has the penalty numbers today, and I dare say we've got them here in front of us as well. 6 penalties on Bama for a loss of 60 yards. And for the Rebels, 8 penalties for a loss of 69.
An improvement.
Yes.
But we still had 1 touchdown called back as a result of the penalty.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 4. Alabama with Jace McClellan in the pistol formation, lined up behind the quarterback. Gets the handoff, looks for an opening, scoots to his left, leans forward, and he may be just a tick shy. I'm not really sure. We'll wait and see where they spot it. If he makes it or missed it, it's just by that much.
Yeah, needed the 41, and I think he's about a foot shy.
But we're down to 1:22 to go, and Ole Miss is unable to stop the clock, and Bama leads by 2 touchdowns.
So pick it up or punt with what, 8 seconds?
Yeah, whatever. The Crimson Tide going to become an 8-game winning streak over Ole Miss as Jalen gets the opening and finds the first down, and that is going to move the chains. But yeah, an 8-game winning streak for the Crimson Tide over the Ole Miss Rebels.
And one that was kind of questionable. A lot of people really doubted this football team from Tuscaloosa today versus Ole Miss. I mean, everyone thought that the explosive offense of Lane Kiffin and the Rebels was going to come in here and really dominate. And this offensive line and this defensive unit for Alabama had other thoughts.
2 geniuses. One on defense, Nick Saban. One on offense, Lane Kiffin. And the defensive guru gets the victory here today. There's the knee down, the kneel down. And let's see, this one's done. 0 in the binoculars on the 50-yard line logo. The coaches both get there. They share a thought or two. and then go their respective ways. Two men who respect each other to the nth degree. But today, again, it is the teacher over the students in the ball game.
And let's hope we see that, or say that rather, several times this season.
Exactly right, because the Crimson Tide have, I've told people, and I'm sure you've said the same thing, as Nick Saban now improves to 29-3 against his former assistants. I've told people, we come to practice. You and I were there the other day. We've seen what this team can do. It's just, why it hadn't necessarily manifested itself to the degree that everybody would like. That, who knows? You're dealing with kids, you got all sorts of stuff. But you and I have seen this team perform the way they have here today.
Still a tremendous amount of talent that's on this roster, and I think for the first time today, we really saw this offensive unit for Alabama kind of create somewhat of a little bit of an identity. Hey, we want to run the ball between the tackles. We want to utilize our quarterback in the running game as well, and we're going to use that to open up the passing attack.
So the Ole Miss Rebels, they get one touchdown tonight, a 10-yard run by quarterback Jackson Dart. And the Crimson Tide defeats Ole Miss here in Tuscaloosa by a final of 24-10.